everyone and welcome to the Back to Blighty podcast. My name is Becky and I'm joining you from the south coast of England, where I live in a very lovely village with my partner, our son Jack, and also our two rescue house rabbits, Lenny and Myrtle. I hope you're all having a lovely day and a lovely month so far. This is the September version of September episode of the podcast. I don't know how many we're on now. I don't really care, to be honest. I can't be bothered with remembering numbers. I've enough to remember in my day-to-day life without having to worry about that. So this is the September 2025 episode of the podcast, and this is kind of where I talk about all things yarn related, predominantly knitting, but there's some spinning and weaving and other things thrown in too. But today we are talking predominantly knitting. So I hope you're all having a good September so far. And welcome if you're a new viewer. There are a few new people, so hi, welcome. It's nice to have you along. And obviously thank you to all of you who subscribe and come back time after time. It's lovely to see you as well. So today I have 4 finished objects and I have 4 works in progress, 3 of which you've not seen before. So that's quite exciting. I also have had a bit of a splurge. I haven't bought yarn for quite some time, apart from the odd ball here and there. Not what I would call sort of good, big shopping haul type yarn. Do you know what I mean? I mean, I've bought a few drops or whatever, but yeah, this is a good haul. So I will talk obviously through my projects first and my creative adventures, and then if you'd like to stick around and see what I've been purchasing, that would be lovely too. Right, let's start with what I'm wearing, because it is my first finished object, and this has taken me a year to knit. Not because I haven't loved it, because I have, but purely because knitting with mohair in the summer was just not an option. So yeah, so it's taken a little while, so it went on hold, but I absolutely love this jumper. So this is the Norma Sweater by My Favourite Things Knitwear. I will stand up and show you. So it's a boxy number. It's got this lovely colourwork detail. Sorry, I'm going around the chair. It's got this lovely colourwork detail, which is beautiful. I hope it's picking up, and it's got this amazing kind of floofiness halo about it. The sleeves are slightly longer, which I actually really like it at that length. And there's some short row shaping at the back, which you can see, because the front is a bit higher. Sorry about the shadow, but you know, yeah, but I absolutely love it. It's so comfy and so warm. So I don't know how long I'm going to be able to keep it on for during this podcast. We shall see, because although it's autumn, it's not quite that cold yet. But yeah, I absolutely love it. I did intend initially to make the sleeves a bit shorter, and I stopped one stripe before, but it just wasn't hitting at the right point, so I just went the whole way. Didn't really make any changes apart from the short row shaping. In the pattern it asks you to do wrap and turns, which create holes for me, so I just did German short rows. But yeah, I just absolutely love it. It is just so glorious. Look at that. The yarns I used were oak, Isaiah tweed in oak for the mane, and charcoal for the stripes. And I also held them with silk mohair in numbers 47, which is the grey, and number 2, which is the brown. And then the bright orange is a BC Garn baby alpaca. Here it is here. It's so bright, it's going to blow out massively. Oh, that's not too bad. So yeah, the annoying thing was for me was that I got one of these and I literally had one stripe left and I ran out, so I had to buy some more of that. But that will go in stash, and I'm probably going to have a purpose for that in an upcoming project. And now I've got floof up my nose. So yes, I haven't got much left. That's all the yarn left from this project. Not bad. Not too much wastage, obviously, apart from that BC Garn, but I didn't use the yarn that was kind of supposed to be used with this project, so there's always a little bit of leeway there. The orange yarn, sorry, I held it double, and it was number 72RAS. Yeah, so really happy with it. It's not quite finished. I'll show you why, because if I lift up here, you can see that I haven't sewn in all my ends. But I'm calling that a finished object. Thank you very much. So yeah, if it's knitted, to me it's a finished object. So yeah, I am very happy with that. Okay, my next project that I finished was an emotional support chicken for my lovely friend Sally. It was her birthday and she's so knit worthy. I will pop a picture on the screen here because I haven't got it with me because it's already been gifted. So I made the emotional support chicken. I can't remember who it's by. I will pop it on the screen. It's one of those ones that I just didn't write that down. I can't remember. I used Drops Daisy in white, which I used for my Jesus sweater. And I used John Arbon Yarnadelic in Le Fleur and Woman in Blue, which I used for my Alison sweater. So all of it was using up odd bits and bobs that I had, and bits and bobs that I wasn't going to use necessarily anything else, but they were really good quality yarns that I just didn't want to, you know, throw away. So so I was really pleased to use some of those up. I used a 3.5mm needle, which isn't recommended in the pattern. I think it's a larger needle because it's for Aran weight yarn, but obviously I was using DK, so I used a 3.5. Yeah, and it's been rehomed. I think its name is Blue. And I made it in these colours because my friend Sally has a camper van, and it's a light blue camper van, and I wanted it to match, and I wanted it to travel with her around the country and yeah, give her something to hug when she's on her own. So it was very well received. Okay, so the next thing I have is I'm being distracted because the postman's arrived, and I'm wondering if there's anything I'm expecting. Not yarn related. If anything, it will be bunny snacks. But yeah, they're coming up the door, and he's got his scanner, so I will be back in a moment. It was for me. We might open that at the end. It's a book that I pre-ordered ages and ages ago. Anyway, right, where were we? So my next thing that I finished were a pair of shorty socks for my lovely dad. So I made him a pair in the Kingfisher colourway from West Yorkshire Spinners a little while ago, and he absolutely loved them. So I got the Peacock colourway and made him some more of these lovely shorty socks. So this is Peacock, which is number 851, and for the heels, toes and cuffs I used Pacific, which was number 1007. So yeah, so he's got a nice new pair of shorties. So I shall give them to him. Again, another very knit-worthy person. So, but he says that now it's getting colder, he would like some longer ones. So I better get on that as well. Okay, the last finished object I have is my Tarra shawl, and I was making this last time I saw you. This is a shawl by Gudrun Johnson. I think it was in the Wool Week magazine as well. But it is a lovely shawl. I used Laxton's Sheep Soft in the natural colour, sort of like a, yeah, it's a natural colour, beigey grey, and I used some Jameson Smith 4-ply, no I didn't, Jameson Smith 2-ply jump away in some scraps that I had left over. So yeah, so it's really long. I mean, it's kind of my wingspan. I absolutely love it. Actually tried it on yet, to be honest with you. Let's I might have to have a little play. Not sure about that way. What about this way? I might have to have a little play, figure it out, but I think it's really lovely. Yeah, it's not really my kind of colours. It's not something that I would lean to, but I do really like it, and if I don't wear it I shall gift it. It will go on the gift pile. yeah, so I'm very, very happy with that project as well. A really quick one, a good one for using up those scraps, and I have loads and loads of 2-ply jumper weight in loads of colours, just odds and sods really. So yeah, very pleased with that project. Really simple, really addictive, because obviously you knit one stripe and then you just want to get to the next one, and then this bit at the top takes no time at all, because you're doing short rows, so you've already done the longest rows. But yeah, very, very happy with that as well. Okay, that was quick, wasn't it? I'm actually on my lunch break, which is probably why I'm rattling through a little bit quickly. But you know, we have to work with what we've got, don't we? Okay, let's talk about works in progress. So I have been quite busy. I've been working on my Cheerio cardigan. I should put the spelling of it on the screen because I think it's Gaelic, so yeah, but I think it means Cheerio. And it's a pattern by Kate Davies, and I was working, sorry, Davies, keep saying Davies. And I was working on this last time I spoke to you, and I have done loads actually. It's quite a mindless knit, so it doesn't feel like you're kind of on a bit of a slog, which when I did the Yule sweater, which is a pattern by Susan Crawford, there were so many colours in it that actually it did feel like a lot of work, whereas this doesn't. It's just repetitive, and I find the counting really mindful. So yeah, so like 3, 2, 5, 2, you know, all that sort of thing. You know how to count. Why am I telling you how to count? Losing the plot. Okay, just get on with it, Becky. Okay, so this is as far as I've got. Now I was 2 rows, I think, in, and I'm on my 7th row, and I think it's 8 rows. When I say rows, I mean stripes. 8 stripes before I have to do the armhole steeks. So yeah, how gorgeous is this? So these yarns are the beigey grey colour is Woolly Knit British 4-ply in Mulhaken. I don't know, I'll pop it on the screen. And We County Yarns mini balls in the Hawthorn colourway, and they are just so lovely. You can see all these gorgeous colours in that brown. So yeah, so really happy with it. It's gonna be amazing. So it's a cardigan. I have shown it before. I'll pop a picture up here on the screen so you can have a look. But it's kind of like a slightly boxy. It's just a beautiful shape, basically. You can see for yourself. So yeah, so I'm really enjoying that. That's coming on really well. And as I said, it's quite mindless knit for me. So yeah, so I've been spending quite a bit of time on that. Hold on, I've dropped my ball. Just pick that up. Okay. So that is one project. I really didn't expect to make that much progress on it actually from last month, but there you go. Obviously really enjoying that one at the moment. Okay, so my next whip is a pair of socks for my friend Sally again. And as I said, she's very knit worthy, and she bought some yarn. I had this message with this yarn in the post saying, hope you like the yarn. These would make some lovely Christmas socks for her, basically. The cheek, however, as I said, Sally is so knit worthy, and I have no problem in making her anything. But the yarn isn't conducive to socks, which I did tell her. So I said to her, I can make you some bed socks, but really they're not gonna wear very well. So this was the yarn. This is King Cole Homespun Prism. There you go, double knitting, and it's in the Summer Meadow, I think it's called. Bear with. Yes, Summer Meadow. And it's got these lovely colours in it. The composition is 22% merino, 22% alpaca, 23% polyamide, 23% acrylic and 10% viscose. So pretty much anything you could possibly think of is in this yarn. But yeah, it's not conducive to socks, and it's not the nicest to knit with in that it feels nice, but just the stitch definition, it's not yeah, obviously with the alpaca, you will find that it's a bit more floofy and a bit more relaxed. However, I have made her one sock. There we go. This is the Comfy DK sock pattern by Handworks. It's a free pattern. I've used it several times before, and I find it works really well with DK socks because of the ribbing. It kind of sucks things in, so if you've got a bit of a narrower foot, it's still gonna, you know, fit you really well. But yeah, they're on the Mahusive sock blockers. These sock blockers were from Beehive Yarns. They're actually Jack's. They're not mine, but mine are sort of a size 5, whereas Dad's and Sally's feet are bigger than mine. So yes, using them. But I do like these socks because you can either slouch them down, although I'm not doing a very good job of that. You can either slouch them down like that, or you can obviously wear them fully up, or if you've got cold ankles, you can also fold them over. It's a very versatile sock, but yeah, I do recommend that pattern. Not the yarn for socks though. So Sally, don't be, you know, wearing them on hikes or anything like that. But around the house, sitting on the sofa in the winter, they'll be perfect. So yeah, so made one, and I've started the other one, but I've literally got that much on it. And this is at the moment my meeting knitting, because I haven't got to think about it and I can still kind of apply myself. I've been doing some training at work, and you've just got to sit and listen. It's online training, and so that's the perfect project at the moment. So yeah, I am going to use pretty much the 2 balls of that, but yeah, that's on the go. But because it is just, you know, it is quite boring, a ribbed sock is probably the worst in my opinion. Just for focus and attention, I would rather knit like a stripe like this in plain knitting, because I can see kind of, oh, what's happening next. It keeps you motivated. But actually a ribbed sock for me, yeah, even a ribbed cuff, I kind of think, oh, it's going on forever. So I needed something to kind of scratch that itch, shall we say. So I cast on a pair of shorty socks for me, and this yarn, I don't know who it's by, I don't know what the colourway is, but it was a gift some time ago. But how gorgeous is that? It just reminds me of autumn and blackberries, and yeah, it's the most beautiful colour. But yeah, it was a present, and I haven't got the labels anymore, and I just had about 60 grams left. I don't even know what I used it for. That's the weird thing. Anyway, so I thought, make a pair of socks. Partly because I'm lazy. I told you that I wanted to cast on my Wiget socks, and I still do, but something for me about winding a skein of yarn into a ball, it's just a step too far. So in my stash, this was already caked up, so that's what I went for. And I am making the Brambleberry socks, which is perfect for the yarn, by this Handmade Life. And I've done one. How gorgeous is that? It's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, it's a shorty sock. It's got this gorgeous lace pattern, which I haven't got my sock blocker because you can't really see them, so I'm going to show you like this. There we go. That lace pattern, and it is just beautiful. And do you know what? I knit this literally, I started it Saturday evening and it was done by Sunday evening, and that wasn't me sitting knitting constantly either. So I've done one. I haven't cast on the second one yet, but they fit me so well. Really impressed. The first time I think I've tried any of this Handmade Life socks, but I do recommend. It's paid for pattern, but oh, have another look. Just have another look. How beautiful is that? So actually I'm very excited to start the next sock. And I don't think, oh, I made myself one pair of shorties before, and it was in like a cotton and wool yarn. They were summer ones. But yeah, what I thought was, it's that time of year where you don't necessarily want to wear a full-on knitted sock. However, these for work under trousers are kind of perfect because they kind of give you that little bit of fresh air, a little bit of a breeze around your cankles. And that's why I kind of thought they'd be good for work. And the reason I also chose this colour was because I have a pair of winding waist socks from Tin Can Knits that I made. Well, Jack was on his way to Newcastle University for his interview. And he's been back now 3 years, so about 6 years ago. And they're Malabrigo sock, they're dark purple, and I wear them all the time for work because they're dark. And when you're wearing sort of dark navy or dark grey trousers, they're not obvious. And I always reach for them. And I noticed the other day they had a hole in the heel. And to be honest, I thought, oh, I could darn them. But then I thought, actually, they're really old. The sock's feeling a little bit sad now, you know when they go like a little bit hard and a little bit kind of, yeah, just felted a bit. So yeah, so I thought, actually, I need some dark socks to wear for work. So that's a long old ramble just to talk about a pair of shorty socks, or one shorty sock, isn't it? Anyway, that's living in my lovely purple bag. Okay, what else have I got? Right, now this is exciting because it's a new garment. So living in my Hide and Hammer bag, which, as you all know, will be a big project, is my latest one. Okay, let me just hold that down a bit. So this is using Jameson Smith 2-ply. Is it 2-ply? Yes, it is 2-ply. No, it's not, it's 4-ply. This is their Supreme Jumper Weight, and I've got this colour, which is Sholmit 2007. And I've got, hold on, let me find another one. And I've got this one in the natural or the white, which is 2001. And I'm making another colour work project. How gorgeous are they? Okay, and I've never used Supreme Jumper Weight from Jameson Smith before, but I have to say it's lovely. It's 100% real Shetland wool, and it's dye free. So these are the natural colours of the sheepies. So anyway, I am making the Saskie. Now you're probably not surprised by this when I show you. So I will pop a picture in here. It is the most beautiful colourwork jumper, and it has bunnies on it. And as I said, I have 2 rescue house rabbits, and I love rabbits. They are just, in my opinion, the best pet you can ever have, providing they are house rabbits and they're given a lot of attention. Anyway, digressing. So this is by Saskie & Co. It's called Saskie after her senior rescue bunny. So she also rescued a bunny, and yeah, I think Saskie is the name of the rabbit, and he is just beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. So of course I had to cast this on, and I started this a couple of days ago, and yes, I am addicted. I haven't got very far, so you'll have to bear with me. So there's not really a lot to see. This is as far as I've got. I've literally got like a, reminds me of, I had one of these. If you're a 70s kid like I am, I used to hate having my hair washed. And I remember my mum bought me this kind of foam halo like this that you put on your head so you could have your hair washed and it wouldn't go in your eyes. Does anyone else have one of them? Anyway. So yeah, so I have got this far, and this is how it's looking. So these are the moons coming up here. So it's got little moons, and then it's got the bunnies. But yeah, you can't see very much, but that's where we are with that. So next time I see you, I'm hoping I can show you some little bunny rabbits, but yeah, another potato colour. But you know, I love brown, love it. Okay, so that's on the needles finally. It's a 4-ply, obviously fingering weight jumper, so it's going to take a while to do, but I did talk about in my last podcast that actually I get more enjoyment, I think, out of those finer yarns, and actually just, you know, just knitting it now and feeling the lightness of it, but knowing that it's going to be really warm is very exciting. yeah, so they're all my works in progress. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have to shift around, and I will come back to you with some new yarny goodness and some acquisitions that I have to show you. So I'll be back in a moment. Okay, I'm back. So yeah, I've got a few things to show you. The first one actually isn't anything for me to make anything with. I just saw it when I was buying some other yarn and I just couldn't resist. So this is a lovely little keychain. Look at that. Oh, might struggle to focus. Look at that. That is handmade. Isn't it the most beautiful thing ever? That was made by Erica and Eleanor, and they have, I think it's Priscilla who makes them. She makes loads of little animals like this, and I wanted a key ring for my keys. She's so cute. I wouldn't have the patience, so I don't know how she does it, but it's like, that crochet is so well done. Let me show you the back. I mean, look, it is flawless. Absolutely flawless. Beautiful. So I couldn't resist because I was buying her yarn anyway, and then I saw them. I could have bought loads of them. She does loads of little animals, so I'll pop my keys down there. So yeah, so I wanted to buy some minis, and this is with my lovely friend Sally in mind. So I say my friend is knitworthy, and she is, but I'm not too happy with her partner Sean. Sean, if you're listening, you need to have words, because I made Sally a bobble hat last year. I think it was for Christmas. Anyway, I made her this hat, and she wore it loads, and then Sean put it in the washing machine. And she was so sweet, and she was like, it's a bit snug now. And I was like, I'll make you another one. She was like, oh, I'll buy the yarn. I was like, no, it's fine, I'll sort it out. Tell me what colours you want. Anyway, I bought these minis because she wanted some sort of tealy blues and pinks and things. So I bought these. How beautiful are they? Absolutely perfect. It's like the perfect thing. And I really enjoyed it, actually. I really enjoyed someone telling me what colours they like and then going and finding them, and getting things that I'm really excited to work with, which I am. So these are by Erica and Eleanor. There's their little logo there. And this is a sock set, 75% superwash wool, 25% nylon. And it says, Sally, hand wash in cool water recommended. Just saying. So yeah, so I thought these would be lovely. She's given me some hats that she likes, some ideas for, and there's a mix of cables, and also we're thinking maybe a brim of one colour, and then I don't know yet. If anyone's got any ideas that would be perfect for this yarn, lovely hat pattern, do let me know. But yeah, I'm very excited. And then I bought Chimera, which is Mile Magic by River Knits, and this is 100% blue-faced Leicester, spun and hand-dyed in the UK, and this is a 50-gram skein, and again, hand wash. So yeah, so these are going to be a hat for Sally, and then I'm going to have minis left over, so I might make her something else as well. We shall see. Okay, so that's that I bought. Oh, I forgot, and also some mohair, because Sally doesn't like things that are, she says, scratchy. So things that are woolly, she's a bit funny with. But I bought some more Isaiah mohair. This is in the colour 0, because I think this is the softest mohair. I bought it for this jumper. It is not scratchy at all. It is so soft. However, some knitting friends did say to me last year when I took this up to Lay Family Yarn Retreat, they said that they still felt it was scratchy. It's not. It's not. I'm not having it. This is really soft. So when you sort of think of drops and those sort of mohairs, I find them quite prickly. This to me is just like a bunny's bottom. It's perfect. Okay, so they're there to make Sally a hat and other things besides, because I'm going to have leftovers. Also, I bought some more Isaiah. I had a voucher when I was poorly. My work colleagues gave me a voucher for Ida's House in Lewes, which is the most beautiful wool shop, and they have an online shop. They don't sell, I don't think, quite as much in their online shop, but still beautiful things. And I bought some more Isaiah silk mohair, because last year when I was at the Lay Family Yarn Retreat, I bought this, and this is Sweater Weather by Lay Family Yarn. So there's their logo, and it's blowing out a bit. It's a lot darker than that. So I bought this to hold with it, and I thought initially that I could use the leftovers from the stripes of this as, you know, as the rest of the mohair. No, it's a completely different colour, so I've still got to go and buy one more of these. But that is going to go together. It's so much darker than that. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, it's more saturated. Anyway, so I bought that to go with that because I'm going to make a jumper with those held double. But I love this colour. It's beautiful. So I got the mohair. I also found a new to me dyer. This is Thread and Yarn, and it's by Lorna in Stroud, and it's naturally dyed and just beautiful, and they're all natural fibres as well. So this is 100% Corriedale, and you get 120 grams. Wow. Oh yeah, with the mini. Losing the plot. So it's 20 gram mini, 100 gram skein, and it is in the colourway Musk Mallow. So there is her card. Oh, I will link these down below. And this is the yarn. How gorgeous is that? Lovely. I just need a little kind of little elf to come and wind up my yarn for me, because then I'd be just casting on with abandon, but I've got to cake all these up, which kind of fills me with dread. Does anyone want a job? I mean, I won't be paid very much, but I can make a good cup of tea and I can make cake. Yeah, so Musk Mallow by Thread and Yarn. Thread and Yarn, yes, absolutely gorgeous. And also she sells patterns as well, sewing patterns, and I actually bought the bramble skirt, which is a lovely pattern. So yeah, so got that as well. Okay, my last bit of yarn, I got a box. So as well as my lovely colleagues getting me a gift when I wasn't well, I also had some knitting friends who also got me a gift for being unwell, which was just beautiful, and they bought me a John Arbon voucher. And I decided that I was going to really push the boat out and buy a box of yarn. And I chose all these colours, so apart from one actually. So these are the ones that I bought. This Exmoor sock. Oh, how gorgeous are they? They are so lovely. I didn't buy this one. This one they actually gifted to me with the vouchers. But look at those. Oh, absolutely beautiful. So I'll go through the colours really quickly for you. If you haven't tried John Arbon Exmoor sock yarn, you have to. It is probably my favourite yarn for socks, and probably my most hard wearing pair of socks I own. I made the Sansevieria socks. I'll pop a picture in, years and years ago, and they still look brand new. They are beautiful. Anyway, so this blue is Whortleberries. Oh, this is where it's going to have a trouble focusing now. Then I got Odd Midord, Quick Beam. Oh, look at those colours. Fairy Thimble. I'm going to run out of hands now. Bibblebug, which is a woodlouse, I believe, and Mizzle. Oh, they're good. And then the one that they bought me was Dimity. So yeah, so I've got all those, and I have plans. And the next thing I've got to show you will kind of explain all. Okay, so let's pop that away. Again, you know, if the elf wants to come and wind them up for me, that would be great. Okay, so I finally bought the Doodle Knit directory, and this is why I've got all that John Arbon 4-ply sock yarn, because I want to make socks and design socks and just, yeah, have a bit of a sock fest. So if you don't know this, this is by Pacific Co, Jamie Lomax, who is the brains behind the Doodle Knits and Doodle Cow. She does card decks and things like that. On Ravelry, you can download a cowl pattern or a sock pattern, you know, with a theme. But actually, if you go on to Pacific Knit Co, is it? I'm questioning myself now. Yes, Pacific Knit Co. If you go onto their website, you can actually download packs of their cards. And it's like £4. In fact, a little while ago, they had a buy two, get one free, was it? Something like that, but it was a really good deal. Anyway, she's brought out a book, and this is just amazing. So in the book, you get sock patterns, which you can customize to your own design. So you get the fingering version, you also get the DK version, you also get, hold on, I'm not going to show you everything, mittens, little finger mitts or fingerless mitts, proper mitts, headbands, hats. Oh, this scarf, look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, so there's loads of stuff in here, and then throughout the rest of the book, it's a directory with all your charts that you could possibly need. I am going to have so much fun, and I've got all the colours, and I'm going to sit down after I finish these 2 pair of socks and cast on my Wigget socks. I am going to cast those on. Like, hold me accountable. Next time I see you, we'll have a Wigget sock started. But also I really want to do this. But I'm thinking Christmas, right? Hot water bottle covers, cows, everyone's going to have them. And I have got a load of Toft yarn, which I bought for crochet projects. Who am I kidding? I'm not a crocheter. I love my knitting too much to dedicate time to doing loads and loads of crochet things. So I thought, actually, that is perfect. So DK weight, loads of colours, good 100% wool yarn. I can make loads and loads of doodles. So excited about that. So yeah, so they're all my purchases. I don't think I've got anything else that I've missed to tell you. No, I think that's probably about it. Shall we open my parcel? I have been recently reading, I read The Jamaica Inn, which I absolutely adored. Read that with my lovely friend Ali. I don't know why I'm opening yarn again. It's not that box. Read it with my friend Ali, and I listened to the audio version. Loved it, absolutely loved it. It's on a par with Rebecca, which is probably one of my all-time favourite books. Bear with, I'm gonna rip the cardboard. Oh, okay. So I read that and I really enjoyed it, and now I'm listening to the Thursday Murder Club, which I know a lot of you have read. Leon's read all of them and loved them, so I'm listening to that in the car at the moment. And also, oh, I've got another book. Hold on a second. Didn't think we'd be talking books, but you know, there you go. Also, lovely Mia, friend of mine, she has lent me this book, Sociopath, a memoir by Patrick Gain. And it just, like, the back of it really intrigued me. And then she bought it and went, why don't you read it first, because I've got a big pile. So it says, I am a criminal without a record. I'm a master of disguise. I have never been caught. I have rarely been sorry. I am friendly. I am responsible. I am invisible. I blend right in. I'm a 21st century sociopath. And I've written this book because I know I'm not alone. Really want to read that. Sounds so good. So so I've got that to read, and this is the one that I ordered from Waterstones, and it's by M.L. Wang, and it's Blood Over Brighthaven, and I ordered this some time ago because the hardback came out. I loved the premise of it, and but I wanted the paperback. So this says, for 20 years, Shona, maybe, I don't know how you pronounce that, Siona, Shona? Siona? I don't know. For 20 years, Shona, we'll call her at the moment, has devoted every waking moment to the study of magic. When she finally achieves her ambition to become the first woman admitted to the high magistracy at the University of Magics and Industry, she finds herself undermined at every turn. Instead of a lab assistant, she is paired with a janitor, putting her crucial research at risk. But Tommel wasn't always a janitor. Once a nomadic hunter from the wild plains outside the city, he now sees a chance to understand the forces that decimated his tribe and drove him from his homeland. Together they will uncover an ancient secret that could change the course of magic forever if it doesn't get them killed first. Do love a bit of fantasy, so I'm going to give that a go as well. It looks quite meaty actually. Oh no, 400-ish pages. So yeah, a little bit of book chat as well for you. I haven't done a bit of book chat for quite some time. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. Right, I have got to get back to work and get on with some report writing. So thank you for spending a bit of time with me. I was thinking it'd be really nice to know who stays until the bitter end of these episodes. So if you have stayed to the end, can you drop me an emoji? So let's have a leaf. Let's have a leaf, a maple leaf or an oak leaf or something like that, and that will tell me that you have stayed to the end, but nobody else will know. Yeah, so just interested. I've seen a couple of podcasters do that, and I kind of quite like the thought of wonder who stays all the way through, or even if you hop off halfway through and then come back a bit later. It doesn't really matter, does it? I'm not that bothered. I'm just interested. I'm just nosy. I'm just a nosy person. Okay, so I am going to leave it there for today. I hope you've enjoyed spending a bit of time with me and that you're enjoying your knitting. Do let me know what you're up to, what you're knitting on. It's always lovely to hear from you. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to be doing Vlogtober. That was the other thing I was going to say to you. The reason for that is because going back to work after the Bell's palsy has been quite challenging for me, and I get tired. I still get really tired really quickly, and it's almost like this exhaustion that kind of cuts everything off, that like the brain just doesn't function anymore, and I'm just getting back into the swing of kind of working every day and having the energy for that and being able to knit at the end of the day, that I just think putting that pressure on myself is going to be really tricky. So I don't know whether next month's podcast, because I'll do a podcast instead, whereas normally I would do Vlogtober and not podcast. It might be a bit more vloggy, I don't know. We'll have to see kind of what happens. So I think I'm going to put the brakes on for Vlogtober, but I'm really hoping to do Vlogmas, and so I will see you in the next podcast. That's what I was trying to say. Thank you so much. I'm going to go now, and I'll see you soon. Take care.